Hello there, Internet's MegaMogwai here, and I got another list of Runeterra video for you guys today. I was brewing yesterday, and I was like, what champions have I not played with in a while? And EKKO came to mind. EKKO is one of those champions that I was really hyped about, because I actually happen to really like the League of Legends character and the lore behind them and everything, and I was hyped for EKKO to join the card game, you know? Children's card game Champion Edition for EKKO, right? I was really looking forward to that. But then when we got EKKO, we had a bit of an issue regarding deck building with him. And that is that because of the current card pool, you only can really justify building a deck around EKKO that incorporates him with Shurima, right? Outside of the Shurima region, there's no real point to playing EKKO because I believe you can't justify building a deck around EKKO if you're not going to be aiming to level him up consistently, right? And getting that done, considering there's only a few predicts and PNZ, forces you to combine with Shurima. But I do believe that unlike other champions like Pyke or Rek'Sai, for example, that are more like tied to one specific deck, I think EKKO will break free from his chains and there will be more flexibility regarding deck building for him as we get more predicts, particularly for PNZ. I'm not asking for predicts in other regions, right? But for Piltover and Zon, we could use a few more so that we don't have to play with Shurima every single time. Having that said, there have been a few new additions to both regions with these latest expansion and also the Akshan Viego patch as well. And I haven't played EKKO in quite a long time that there's a combination that I haven't really seen anybody else explore. And that is EKKO with the Absolver as a win condition. We already know how good the Absolver is as a win condition in Akshan Sivir. And I figured, why not combine it with Vi? Because we can have a mid-range deck that has the Absolver as a finisher alongside Chronobreak. Now, naturally, Vi and Chronobreak, it's not like they synergize extremely well in the sense that if you lose Vi and you bring her back with Chronobreak, you lose all the buffs. But if you manage to level up Vi prior, then she's just absolutely insane. And Chronobreak allows us to really capitalize on every other unit on this deck. And there's some really interesting details about certain units that don't really come to mind initially, right? First of all, Aloof Travelers, pretty much an auto-include in any Battle City PNZ deck, period. And in this deck with Chronobreak, if we have it die, we can bring it back and get the summoning effect going off as well. Something that's very neat is that we can potentially start generating some parallel convergences with EKKO's signature spell, and parallel convergence allows us to essentially summon an ephemeral copy of all of our allies that are attacking, which also works really well with Aloof Travelers for the reason I just mentioned. Another unit that's low-key very good in this meta is Practical Perfectionist. Why? Because I actually don't like her ability of creating 3 copies of the chosen card in your deck in this particular archetype, because sometimes it can discourage you from, like, she forces me to click the skip button a lot, right? Because there may be a specific card that I want, but I don't want to be creating 3 copies of it in the deck, right? So that could be looked at a downside, even though that allows her to be, you know, the core of some other wacky strategies. In this particular deck, it can be a liability. Sometimes it can be a strong trait, though, right? It depends on what you get. But she's ultimately worth it over the 2/4 variant from Shurima because of her stat line. Like I mentioned in yesterday's video with Shen Jarvan, 4/2 stat line for a 3-drop is very hot right now. Why? Because it allows you to trade into 5/4 Poppy after her first attack. It also allows you to trade into something like Ziggs evenly too. Like it's very legit as a blocker for some very common threats out there. And another extra reason to play is also makes her really good with Chronobreak, because when you're attacking with her, you're applying a lot of pressure. You're threatening with 4 damage on a 3-drop, right? And getting to spawn her back, you know, allows us to close out the game. When it comes to the rest of the deck, we have a full set of drop border. We got Fallen Feline if we're playing a bunch of predicts to ensure that we level up EKKO. We play Fallen Feline because there is a huge upside to getting a Hexite Crystal, and we're still getting a 1-mana 2/1. So I just do not know what you want more out of a 1-drop. Like, this card is just, do not ever take it out of this deck. Ever. We have a one-off of Merciless Hunter. We actually have a lot of one-offs, and I want to explain that a little bit. But before that, let me backtrack a bit, make sure I'm not taking forever in this deck tech, because I do want to clarify, you know, I have triple Feral Prescience, or Feral Prescience. It's Feral Prescience, right? We got Feral Prescience, Scrying Sands. We have a lot of cheap predicts here because we're trying to level up EKKO as consistently and quickly as possible. But then, aside for a lot of 3-ups that we're running at our core, we have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 1-drops. Now, these 1-drops may seem a little bit all over the place, but they're actually very key and can potentially be game winning in certain scenarios. But they are cards that I don't want to be drawing multiple copies of. And I want to benefit from the fact that I have so many predicts in this deck that I can fish for them at the right time. And that's why we're playing one off of Merciless Hunter, because he's kind of like our fourth 3-drop in a way. That shares the same stat line that we said with Practical Perfectionist, and also allows us to work really well with EKKO, because Merciless Hunter into EKKO is really neat due to the quick attack, though there are some matchups in which we can really afford this sort of play, because playing EKKO on curve can be a liability. For faces of like PNZ, he just dies to a Mystic Shot, so you gotta be careful about that, right? Aftershock for the Bando Tree matchup, as we have the ability to knock that landmark out. Also, if we play into Thralls as well, it's a good option there too. Quicksand is a defensive option to aid the full set of Scrying Sands that we're playing. And then Rite of Negation to counter certain, key spells. And Siphoning Strike as a source of removal that can allow us to pump up Vi and EKKO. For our late game, which, like I mentioned, is the Absolver onto Vi. Because EKKO is easy to level up in this deck, we can trigger the Absolver really easily, and thus set up a late game kill with that. And combining the Absolver with a big hit onto Vi and then using Chronobreak allows us to effectively finish off any deck. No matter how strong their board is, we can power through, because Chronobreak is a pretty crazy card. And the reason why you should be playing EKKO. And it's a very, very fun and satisfying card to play, to be honest. So I've had a really good time playing this deck, and I felt like it would be a good deck to share as I'm continuing to showcase decks that are in Bando City, to showcase a little bit of variety within the meta, and showcase that, there are some decks, they're not tier 1, they're not even high tier 2 by any means, but they're viable, they're fun, and they're fresh. And I know a lot of you forgot about EKKO, so here you go. Hopefully you try them out, have some fun yourselves, and that's all I gotta say. Have a solid day. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for regular Legends of Runeterra content. Hope you enjoy the games. I'll see you tomorrow. Alright, so round 1, Draven Scion. This matchup will be pretty fun, I think. I'm gonna drop Aloof Travelers and the Absolver, I believe. You generally don't want to mulligan too aggressively with this deck, because you don't want to be drawing the drop boards.
It's Draven time.
It is.
Yeah, I'm out of play.
Yeah, that is it.
Ow.
I'm Draven's biggest fan. Ah, that's a draw. I like Scrying Sands.
Whatever woke you up.
I like Scrying Sands very much. It doesn't counter Draven per se.
Time for the main event.
Kind of wish I had a bit of a better stat line going on here to capitalize on that, but for the time being, I think we just do this. We skip because we don't want to add
I think maybe.
any extra copies. Want to keep our deck as thin as possible, considering we're going to be adding stuff into it. Look at X into the Flame Choppers.
It's not safe.
I'm going to take the hit. Don't want to play EKKO if it's not to level him up. But not choosing a card here leaves us vulnerable. Let's see if we get a drop order. That'd be sick. Rite of Negation doesn't feel. Yeah, I'm gonna skip.
Gotta find more stuff.
Got an axe with your name on it.
Could see a Whirling Death. Or not. I just don't want to set up my EKKO to be killed by a Mystic Shot. Though this hand right now is pretty slow, unfortunately. Like, we have our one-off of Siphoning Strike here. I mean, this Siphoning Strike can go a long way, but... Okay. Alright, play another one. Okay.
Never had luck, never needed it.
Now we do play EKKO.
Anything helps.
This flock.
No time like the present. Move it along, man.
This would be a great time to showcase off drop board. Come on. Heart of the predicts. I don't even know how to reference it. God damn it. We're gonna go ahead and skip that.
You'll never learn.
Still have this Pharaoh Prescience. Hopefully I'm saying it right, by the way. Have this Pharaoh Prescience to level up EKKO and Surprise. As they go for like a Mystic Shot, for example. As long as it's not, I get excited. Yes. Perfect. Oh! But just after we did. Okay, whatever.
I love it when things converge like that.
Oh, better late than never, I guess. Beautiful! Okay, that's pretty good.
I'm doing this my way.
Just
Going
like
for the
the
Vi.
old days.
Justice firsthand! Freeze!
Heading topside.
Watch out.
Please don't have more pings. I mean, he can't have Get Excited. Or he could have. Maybe he was baited into it, but he would have gone for it, I believe. He could have another Mystic Shot, or even like a Ravenous Flock. We did see him discard one earlier. I'd love for EKKO to stick around and really give me the edge, but yeah, I was definitely expecting that to happen at some point.
Coming to save the day!
Or wreck it. Okay, the fortunate thing is Scion is still very far away from leveling up, so I can Siphoning Strike it. Unless he has... I mean, he would need a Get Excited into a Survival Instinct. I really don't think he has a Get Excited. I really, really don't think that's the case. Salute Travelers may seem good now, but a Lost Soul... Now we got the Absolver, so we got the win condition here. I forgot I need the Vi emote. Shit.
Anything helps.
There's the 1-2 punch!
I guess Rite of Negation, right? Rite of Negation is just the better option. To kind of,
Let's get to the fun part!
hopefully it doesn't have a Scorched Earth.
We made it. Yay. But our stuff didn't.
Shit. God damn it. No Scorched Earth, please. Okay. Alright. Here we go.
I tried.
for exact lethal.
I'm good.
That stands for victory.
We need that emote. That was too damn hot. We need an emote. Real quick, we're gonna take out the Darius facepalm and we're gonna get your girl in there because she earned it. MVP! Round 2. From Draven Scion to Draven Caitlyn. This one will be interesting too. I don't know. I mean, I don't know about Aloof Travelers. Quicksand is really neat though against both of their champions, so I actually do want to keep that. I'm gonna drop the Absolver and Aloof Travelers, and we get a drop order. Crabby time. But it's part of the deal. I mean, it's not like drop order is just absolutely atrocious, by the way. As a 1-drop, it's actually got a pretty decent stat line, like a 1-3. You know, you can underestimate it, but I don't think I need to.
Surprise, surprise.
I don't need to keep the mana open for Scrying Sands just yet.
I don't want to eat
I
whatever.
like Fallen Feline.
Flesh was weak, but look at me now.
Surprised they didn't block there. I mean, I am PNC as well, so he may think that I have some sort of like pings. We'll get some damage on him. Important to know that in this matchup there's no healing, so every ounce of damage that we get.
Prove perfection. Rise, metal brethren.
I'm gonna pass. Alright, there we go.
Safety disengaged.
It's a big hit that we're taking.
Prime and ready.
Force us to play this. Yeah, we're shuffling a bunch of echoes.
Okay. Want to make me a few extra boards?
But that's not bad.
I mean, sure, you know, whatever.
I mean, we get 3 copies of our champion. Like, I don't see how that's bad.
Let me introduce you to science.
But we need to develop this fearsome blocker to trade into that. They got the stat line for 1 mana less, but
System upgrade.
alright, let's not rush in Echo.
That crystal!
Witness perfection. Meatbags.
Turn it like so.
Pitiful. Inferior design.
I'm gonna take Vi. We push a little bit more damage.
Prime and ready. A ticket to the gun show. Can you improve perfection?
It's Ballistic Bot, the movie.
Safety disengaged.
Come on. Yes!
System upgrade. Fire till nothing moves.
I like the Absolver, but the reality is... I'll take the Absolver. I could play Vi. There's so many things that can be played here. How many? I mean, he hasn't played any 3-drops though, right? Like, it's just been 2-drops, actually. That's kind of crazy. Ignitions and 2-drops, so he has no Trivium probably later. Built up. Arachnoid Sentry into that is spooky, but I'm gonna go Echo. I have to go Echo. I have Absolver. I don't know, maybe I should hold on to, but I really... Man, I really want to get this value through.
This is my future.
Nah, not a good draw.
Well, what have we here?
Whoa, cat. Vi stands for violence.
Internal affairs. Freeze.
Maybe using the Absolver like that was a mistake. Oh, there's your boy, though. Gotta try.
If it isn't that cat I rescued this morning.
Gotta try. What do you have now? Oh!
Watch out. Freeze.
Ooh!
That's how we do it.
The trap is set.
And now we get to predict, which allows us to really bypass these flash bombs by shuffling our deck, even though we can still get them. But this is huge. He's playing Decimate. He's main decking Decimate in this deck. Oh, gotcha.
Deja vu isn't what it used to be.
Gotcha, baby. Oh, getting back the clock link. Because why not? Woo! Let's do this.
I do my own.
Wreck-It Ralph. For the whip! Sorry, I'm not gonna do that. Okay, how do we fare against Curious Shellfolk? I'm not so sure, actually. I want to keep the Merciless Hunters. Actually, not a bad card to have here. And again, I want to keep the mulligans to a minimum, so we keep those drop borders in the deck. As we have a turn 1 predict, that's all we need. Pick up the turn 2 predict. Let me see an open attack here. Well, gets a bit greedy with the development. I mean, I guess, you know, 1 damage isn't worth it for him.
Astounding curiosities lie ahead.
I don't want to meet whatever woke you up.
slimy.
Okay, so no more Ezreal. I passed there because I wanted to threaten him with Merciless Hunter. I'm surprised that he targets this thing, though. To be completely fair.
My past flashes!
Okay.
Meow to you! Did someone get lost in their time streams?
One shot, all skill. Future is whatever I make it. Back in the game.
I'm gonna play EKKO immediately. Just mystic shots there.
Charge! This is my future.
It can be undone.
Persistence is key.
Oh dear! Rewind! Watch and learn. Can't stop me. Firing. My plans.
Okay, so no Curious Shell Folk immediately.
Here comes the punchline.
Freeze!
No way.
Gonna find a gift for Renekton, right, Arda?
Ah.
That's why you always carry another pair of goggles. Get all
Thanks.
that?
Tell it to the fists. Enforcer down.
I should have anticipated something like that, but I don't know, man. I don't know. Ah, yikes. I mean, I could have played around something like that, but I didn't think. I was thinking about all the potential cards, and it's just like, this is wild. Yikes. Oh. Oh no, the moment they start pranking, it's gonna be too much. Now, even manifesting now
Let us take a peek at life beneath
is just
the waves.
insane. Their value engine's online, and we are overwhelmed here.
Tentacles off the spectacles, please.
I don't think it ultimately made a difference because they had another Curious Shuffle. We don't really match up well against that, to be honest, because our strategy has a really powerful turn with Chronobreak and a nice win condition, right? But if we can't set up to it, yeah, that's all she wrote. GG. It's getting way out of hand, and you gotta know when it's over. Let's see if we can beat Zoe Nami. Be a good way to end the video. Oh my god. We're gonna keep Vi in our opener. I actually really like Quicksand. It's a one-off in the deck, and it definitely finds utility here. And I like Siphoning Strike as well. We need a bit of an early game, though, which we just find. Beautiful. All calculated, baby. I like Siphoning Strike, actually. They can't really counter it. Not that I know of. I'm gonna take Fallen Feline. I'll draw into some predicts eventually. But getting the Hexite Crystal shuffled in is really important because Hexite Crystal can actually do a lot in this matchup. If I would have found the predict, I would have gone for it because I want to keep chaining the predicts. But as of right now, that's just not the case. Okay, we find another one. That's good. Okay, so no double trouble. Kiss from Beyond. I'll take the Scry and Sands. Am I concerned about a double up?
Things aren't gonna improve themselves.
Embrace the current or be swept away. I am the Tide Caller. I will drive back the darkness.
Go start, girl.
Trickster never loses because Zoe makes the roses. What's doing over there?
I will take this hit prior.
I love it when things converge like that.
Naturally, some Blessed Vigor stops this. But I still get to strike and I still get to predict with EKKO. And if he doesn't have some Blessed Vigor, I get to remove Nami. And by debuffing Zoe, two direct buffs will go onto Zoe. Okay.
Let the tide carry you.
We saw them go for a super cool start shot. We don't know what they picked up.
This is my future.
We have the Hexite Crystal. Fortunately, we haven't played yet because of Spell Thief. What have we played? We played Scrying Sands, Siphoning Strike, and Time Trick, it seems. Yeah. Could be a Time Trick. Or Scrying Sands.
Rise with the surf. Let the tide carry you.
Watch out. Man, I'm good.
Alright, so he did have the Crescent Strike. I can't really afford to go for this Scrying Sands. Like, I have to use it defensively.
My quest is dangerous, but I will see it through.
Huge! Reeks of time anomalies. Nap time!
Rise with the surf.
Ship time! The wheel turns. Day becomes night. Time to make colors!
Ride the surging tides.
Let me introduce you to science.
Let the tide carry you.
I'm doing this my way.
Just like the old days.
Ah, just don't give me something crazy here. Come on, come on, come on, come on. I'm so close. I'm so close.
Rise with the surf.
What did you get?
Daylight star in the skies.
Here's the fun part! Freeze!
I got all the time in the world.
Just thinking that I think Sunbless Vigor stops me.
We have no quarrel. Witness divinity.
I needed to drag in.
Insolence. You are beneath me. Witness divinity. Insolence. No further.
It has to be like this, no matter how I look at it. Got him! Got him! Oh, there we go! What? Okay. I was like, wait, what? Not he? No, please! Don't take this from me!
Try the surging tide.
Woo! Oh, yeah! I thought it was gonna be. Oh, yeah! Nice! God! Fuck yeah!
That stands for victory.
And for video.